I recently picked up a DJI Osmo Pocket 3 camera, and I'm really excited to share my experiences about it with you. I've been taking the camera out and about, capturing things around me, and I'll continue to do so as I put together this episode, because today is a great day to capture the world around us.
My new DJI Osmo Pocket 3 camera arrived in mid-March. Since then, I've been going around Southeast Arizona with this new camera in tow, discovering some of the new features and trying to grab as much footage as possible. Join me as I share some of my adventures and encounters with this new camera, learning about the camera along the way and sharing some of the things that I have discovered. And as always, thank you for visiting my channel. I really appreciate your feedback. So if you like what you see today, go ahead and hit that like button. Better yet, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you know when new content is added to the channel. By the way, I'm going on my next storm chasing trip in less than 30 days. There's a lot of new content coming.
All right, so if you're ever in Tucson, downtown Tucson, late at night, I highly recommend this pizza place. It is so good, slices after midnight, really good crowd, good vibe, a really good place to have a piece of pizza after a few drinks. Empire, awesome.
Out of the box, after charging the camera, it does great with the default settings. You can go from light to dark, dark to light, dimly lit to brightly lit, vice versa. It handles all of that very well. It's great to get started right away with the new camera.
Pretty cool. Oh, the tapas place? Can't get in the car yet, so I gotta wait for a train. What? Now I can get in the car.
Of course, one of the things I really like about this camera is that it has face tracking. And as you can see, we're walking through the frame and it works brilliantly. I am so excited about this because it'll just make my shots that much more interesting. And it is pretty much a no-brainer on getting it to work. I'm still figuring out how to work my way through the settings and all of that stuff, but the camera itself is very intuitive. And that's really good for me because I am a very amateur videographer and I want to capture as much as I can, as simply as I can, because all of my productions are a one-man show. And if I have good cooperation with the camera, it makes the production that much easier. One thing that I do recommend you purchase for this camera is a selfie stick. I picked up a Ulanzi selfie stick, which is also a single pole tripod, for about 30 bucks on Amazon. Reason that I recommend it is because if you hold your hand out with this camera, it works, but you're still really close to the camera. And I like having a little bit more of Mother Nature behind me. So a selfie stick, even an inexpensive one, pretty good to have with this camera. But I'll also say, if you do have a selfie stick, don't be one of those obnoxious people hitting everybody in the head when you're waiting in line at Disneyland, because that's just not nice. And this is me holding the camera at arm's length. And as you can see, a little bit close. I could probably extend it out about like that, but then I feel very uncomfortable with the way that I'm walking. So normally I would do something like this. It works, but again, the selfie stick probably very helpful.
Right now, I am at Kartchner Cavern State Park, about 10 miles south of Benson, Arizona. Never been here before. Obviously, there's caverns, but there's no availability for me to tour the caverns today. So I'm just kind of walking around the state park a little bit. This is my first time trying this camera out in higher winds. I'm using the wireless mic that I used on other parts of this video, and but for the first time I'm using it with the magnet, and I'm using it with the wind noise filter. So we're going to see how that works. I have only been in a few Arizona state parks, but from what I have encountered thus far, their state park system's pretty solid. I'm originally from upstate New York, where we have some really good state parks, but Arizona does not disappoint. Of course, it's different, but they have very nice state parks, well maintained. I am proud to be a resident of Arizona.
All right, another thing I wanted to test out with this camera, of course, is how it does in the car. The face track on it, that makes it kind of interesting, so that it's not like trying to focus on things behind me, which is kind of cool. Right now I am not using a wireless mic, I'm using the built-in mic, and the air conditioning is on because it is fairly warm on this day in March of 2025. But let's see how this turns out. I hope it turns out well. I have high hopes for being able to do some of the car dialogue, making it sound a little bit better than it did last year during my storm chasing trip, because I have a lot of storm chasing coming up in about 40 days, and I want it to be awesome for everyone to experience. So even though I'm not chasing a storm today and just kind of exploring this area of Arizona, I do have an important storm chasing thing going on, and that is the Slim Jims. Gotta have the Slim Jims. And to keep it real, Diet Coke. Now I know this is not the most healthy approach to road trip / storm chasing diet, but it works for me, keeps me going. The views are amazing, and this little camera is capturing it so easily. Lighting is getting hard for the camera to see my face now. So I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna put it on low light settings and start it again. All right, now we're gonna spin it around, see how that does. I can see my headlights pretty well. I'm happy with that. It does look like log format is on. Let's see how it does with that capture of the sunset. Boy, I can't wait to try this out.
All right, so I'm capturing what's left of the sunset in the wind. I have no idea how this is going to work out with this camera, or with the mic, with the wireless mic, because I'm in like direct wind. It's crazy too. It's very cold. So let's see how this does. Let's turn this way so that I have my back to the wind. Maybe you might be able to hear me better. So this is handheld, no selfie stick right now, and on the low light setting.
But this is about where I'm going to turn around because I need to find some food in Safford before all the restaurants close for the night. What a fun day of exploration, and more importantly, I was able to capture it so easily with this camera. Highly recommended. All right, so I continue to be really pleased with this. In fact, this camera is just inspiring me to do some really great things. We are up in Apache National Forest, around 7,000 feet, making our way up towards Springerville and Alpine along US 191, and it is just gorgeous.
The DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is awesome because of its simplicity and its versatility. Here's a few more things I discovered along the way.
Normally, I turn my wireless mic on and off as I do each shot when I'm out hiking. Today, I'm keeping the wireless mic on the entire time I'm out in the field. I want to see how the battery life is and if I'm just being paranoid about turning mics on and off, trying to conserve battery. So, but it's nice having this wireless mic on all the time. Makes it that much easier while I'm out capturing Mother Nature. All right, as I walk through here, I don't know if I've reached the limits of the face tracking on this camera. This is the furthest way I've tried to do it. Let's see how it turns out. Of course, I had to find a camera that made it easy to capture the magic that I find in the universe.
I'd like to thank you for joining me on my adventures with this new DJI Osmo Pocket 3 camera. If you have the opportunity, I recommend getting the Content Creator Pack. It includes a wireless mic, a battery expansion pack, and a small tripod. The nice thing, the wireless mic is automatically paired to your camera, so you just need to turn it on. There's no fiddling around with the Bluetooth and that sort of thing. In addition, the camera easily mounts on a tripod with the battery expansion pack or the wireless mic receiver in place. This camera also uses micro SD cards, which makes it easy to incorporate it into your production workflow, whether you're using Linux, macOS, or iPadOS, or one of the Windows products. And as always, if you enjoyed today's video, please go ahead and hit that like button. I really appreciate the feedback. Better yet, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you know when I post new content. There's a lot of magic out there in the universe. Go out there, find some of that magic, hold it close to your heart and soul, and more importantly, share it with others. See you next time.